Hello there.
Hi,
What is your name?
my name is Lauren.
I'm Brayden. It's nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you. You too.
So, what brings you in today?
So I am having some issues and drama with my roommate, and I'm trying to work on controlling my emotions in these situations so we can kind of work through the things that are going on.
Yes. Can you go into a little more depth about your emotions that you're feeling?
Yeah. So I've always kind of experienced like heightened emotions, and mood swings and things like that. And I have a really intense job. So when I come home at the end of the day, I kind of want like a more calm household and things like that. Um, and lately I've been coming home and all of the windows are open and there have been like candles burning and things like that, and she's not here. So I feel very frustrated because I feel like it's kind of creating a dangerous situation. And she is, I say roommate, but she's just staying with us for like a brief period of time. So like she's not on the lease, she doesn't have insurance, she's not really paying that much or anything. So I'm just feeling very disrespected and frustrated.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, going through and you're paying on this, it's your house, and then someone else that doesn't have all that value in the place is just leaving stuff open and dangerous. That can be very stressful. That can be hard to deal with. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, and it's hard because we tried to have a conversation and I just feel as though she'll talk over me and she'll be like, "Well, it's hot in the house, so we have to leave the windows open." And I'm like, "Okay, but it's kind of a safety concern. Like we live in the middle of the city in San Diego." And she'll be like, "Well, it's a quiet street." And I just want to be like, "But it's not your house.
Hmm.
It's not your decision." Um, and then I was like, well, if you're gonna be staying here, like I would really appreciate you helping out with us the rent or like the utilities or something. And she goes, well, I'm only working part-time right now, and you work two jobs, so you can cover the rent. And I'm just like, I
Yeah,
work two jobs to cover my rent and put myself through school, not so you can live for free.
yeah, that doesn't seem very fair for you to have to work all that and then provide for someone else. That's not
Yeah.
a situation that anyone wants to be in.
Yeah.
So, um, so what feelings and emotions are you getting from this situation?
I I almost feel powerless because I feel like I'm trying to express the things that are frustrating me and provide solutions. But I feel like you're a guest in my home. And so I just feel so like disrespected. And then there was one day where like she doesn't do the dishes. So I routinely do the dishes. And I was like, hey, like you use like my roommate's blender, like I would have appreciated like if you could clean it. Like I understand that you're, using our stuff and everything like that. And she was like, oh, I thought it was your blender. And she was like, if I'd known it was your roommate's, I would have cleaned it. And so I'm just like, don't I deserve the same respect as somebody else? Like, I mean, we're friends, or we were, like, that's how this situation kind of came to be. Um, so it's just kind of hard feeling like I'm being walked on. And part of me feels like I should be able to fix the situation, and it's my fault if I can't fix the situation. Um, so it's had me very depressed, and I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed, and I don't want to interact with her because I don't want to snap at her, and so I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
Yes, all those combinations of feelings and all that's going on can be very it's very hard, from feeling powerless to depression to being walked on. No one wants to feel those feelings. Um,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we could find something else that may help, like something that I do is I restructure my thinking. Like maybe she's also going through something, and because of that she's maybe lashing out and it's affecting you. Not that it's your fault, but I'm not but she may also be having some issues. Also we could try, I use music to like center myself, to find grounding. Maybe we could try some therapy that could help with that. Just overall, just I think finding something that can help you would be most beneficial, and that's why you're here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to find ways to like kind of get out of the house and do things. And I think yesterday I hung out with a friend. It was beautiful weather. So we literally just laid on the beach all day. If you can't tell from the sunburn. But it was really nice. And so I was talking to her. And she was like, yeah, all of these things that are happening are ridiculous. And so I was like, okay, well, at least it's not just me feeling this way and like me being like dramatic about the situation. So that was definitely like really helpful, and made me feel a lot better and everything. Um, but it's hard not like harboring it. And then I feel like there's so many little things that are starting to add up. And so now it's like every little thing that happens is starting to irritate me. Whereas if it was like, oh, just one thing or like another thing, I would kind of be like, okay, well, like, I mean, this is fine. But it's just every little thing now. It's just driving me crazy.
yeah, that it's really starting to add up, and it
Mhm.
sounds very frustrating. Um,
Yeah.
could there be an early point that may have caused something like this in your life, like something that's bringing up emotions that you have felt maybe powerless in the past, and because of this, if you're not ready, it's okay.
Yeah, well, so it's two things. Um, my previous relationship, I mean, I've been out of it for like 2 years now. But he was just a master manipulator and gaslighter. And I felt very powerless in that relationship because I was trying so hard to do what he wanted and nothing I could ever do was good enough. Um, but I was in a situation when I lived in Utah where I was living with these two girls. And one of them was very, very terrible. And I was just getting verbally, just bullied and all this stuff. And like the household was just such a negative environment. And that's actually the time that I attempted suicide. Because there was one day I was like trying to cook in the kitchen and she was just saying all this really, really negative stuff. It came pretty much out of nowhere. I didn't really understand why it was all being said. And so that night got really bad. And so I feel like when I'm like having these issues, I'm like so nervous, I guess, that it's gonna like get to that point again. Not that I'm having like suicidal thoughts or anything. That's not like what this is to say.
Yeah,
But I'm just like I feel like I'm like back in that spot where I'm so powerless. And I feel like the only out almost to kind of get everything to stop is just to do something that I don't want to do.
yeah, and those can be powerful thoughts and images and all the things going on, and you may need to find something that we can find that can help combat what you're feeling, or maybe even getting this person out of your sphere,
Yeah.
personal life. So,
Yeah.
well, um, sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
No, it's okay. I think in terms of like things to kind of do, I had brain surgery. I was in a really bad accident and I had brain surgery 4 years ago. I couldn't really do anything. And so I took up crocheting and did that a little bit like during the pandemic and everything. But lately, with school and work and internship and life. I haven't really done it. But the other day I was at the store and I got this really soft yarn. My friend is having a baby shower. And so I was like, how cute would it be to make a matching little like hat and like headband? So I got that. And that's something I can be like in my room and like watch Netflix or listen to some music or something and like crochet. And so I feel like I haven't started it yet. But I feel like that'll be a really nice way to like relax and reset. And so that's definitely something that I think I'm gonna try and implement, especially like if things are getting really like, a little bit crazy, just remove myself from the situation and have that to kind of relax with.
Well, I'm glad you have that, and I hope it can like redirect your thoughts or restructure your thinking a little bit, and be for the positive and lead you on the correct path that you want to go down.
Yeah.
But that's all the time we have today. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Bye.